Welcome to the Sparkle Bomb Coach podcast and YouTube channel, where we bring fun and magic back to your life and business. I'm your host, Kay Decker, aka the Sparkle Bomb Coach, and I help women to connect with their soul and intuition, tap into their desires, and magnetize everything they desire in life, business, and relationships by turning on their inner sparkle. I'm so excited for you to be here. So let's sparkle! Hello. Welcome back to the Sparkle Bomb Coach podcast and YouTube channel. I am so excited to dive into today's topic. So today we're talking a business. So as you guys may or may not know, I went in my business from barely making $900 last January to actually barely making $450 in April last year to now making 10K months, 15K months, and all of the higher income cash, not in sales, cash. And it all happened within the just few months. And I talk about it more and more because there are things that I realize that there are mistakes that I've been making. And that's why it took me so long to get to the point of shifting in an instant and then skyrocketing super quickly. So one of the things that I really want to talk about today is actually treating your business as a business. And as ridiculous and as simple and as easy that might sound, it actually is harder to shift in your mind than you think, especially if you're a starting entrepreneur. And even if you have your business up and running, generating money, listen up, this is for you as well. So I have a lot of clients, a lot of people come in to me and ask me a lot of questions about, okay, how did you scale? How did you, how is it that your business became this successful so quickly? And one of the first questions I often ask is, well, do you treat your business as a hobby or as a business? And obviously they all say, well, business, of course, like it's my business, I treat it as a business. And then I ask, well, what is the difference between a hobby and a business? Like, what would you say? What is the difference between a hobby and a business? And when they're not sure what is the answer, what I like to use is this analogy. So what is the difference between someone who wants to run for fun because he or she wants to get better in running, and between someone who wants to become a professional runner, a professional athlete? So now take a second and ask yourself, what is the difference between someone who wants to run for fun and someone who wants to be a professional athlete? And the answers probably come to your mind very quickly. So the first answer is always, well, the professional athlete has a mentor, has a coach. Non-negotiably, of course. If you want to be a professional athlete, you're not gonna DIY it or go on Pinterest and look on how to become a professional runner. You're not gonna do that, right? You're not going to download all of the freebies in the world to become a professional runner. You're not going to go and be like, hey, so, I'm going on this track to watch people running. I'm going to be watching professional runners, and that's how I'm going to learn how to be a professional runner. Even though it might be beneficial, even though it might be really good for you to see them, even though it might be you might have some breakthroughs, that's not how you're going to run. And that's not how you're going to become a professional runner, right? Another thing, if you want to be a professional runner, it's not one day you're going to wake up and you'll be like, oh, I don't really feel like running today, so I'll just have cake instead, because that sounds really good. Or, well, I have this training and I kind of promise I'm going to be there, but no, not today. My dog is not feeling well, so I'm gonna stay home and not go to run. The truth is that as heartbreaking as it is sometimes to see your dog being sick or your kid being sick, as a professional runner, you have to show up. You know when you have to show up for your running, for your trainings. So as I'm talking about running, you might be thinking, well, this is so obvious. This is ridiculous. Why are you telling me this? But the truth is that with starting entrepreneurs, with business owners who are still at the beginning of their journey, and for me, beginning of the journey is really if you're making under 5K or if your income is inconsistent on the lower level of income. But now when I ask you ask yourself these questions. Do you show up for your business every single day? Do you show up even if maybe the circumstances are not always perfect? Do you show up as a professional? Do you show up in a way that you get yourself the help that you need? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a coach? Do you have someone who is there to hold space for you and tell you and help you how to find the ways how to do it and how to not do it? Because there is a lot of entrepreneurs out there who want to be making big business money. I'm talking, 5K, 8K, 10K, 20K months. But they're not willing to go hire themselves a professional trainer, a professional coach, a professional mentor who can tell them, who can help them to work through their mindset, through their strategy, through their all the things. Who is there for them when they are going through hard stuff. And who's also there for them to remind them of their greatness and celebrate with them. So it's really hard to expect to be making money as a real business and treat it as a hobby. That just doesn't add up. That doesn't work. And that was the mistake that I was also making. I was the queen of freebies. I was the queen of trying to figure out all on my own. I was the person who did not want to have a one-on-one mentor or be part of a mastermind because I didn't understand. I did not see the value, not because it wouldn't be valuable, but because I haven't found a mentor that I would resonate with. That was A. And because 2, I felt and I thought that I had to have the money sitting on the shelf for it first before I can actually go for it. But also on the same running example, can you imagine someone to be, I'm going to hire myself a professional trainer once someone is paying me for my running? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. When we want to start a restaurant, it doesn't make sense that someone would be like, okay, so I'm opening up a restaurant, so here's the menu. You can choose whatever you want. And once you choose, I'm gonna then go buy a pen. And then after that, I'm gonna go and get a cook. And then I'm gonna buy the ingredients. And within 2-3 weeks, I'm gonna deliver this to you because that's how long it takes. That doesn't work that way, right? Yet when we start our online businesses, because it's so simple to start, you can literally set it up in 5 minutes. We don't think of those things. We think about how we can start our business without spending any money, and then we think that we are going to invest in ourselves after someone else invests in us. It does not work that way. If you want to be making big business money, you have to treat your business not as a hobby, but as a business. You have to show up for it as if it's already working. You have to show up for it as if you're doing this so it works. Because the thing is that if you are just kind of in and out, if you're showing up for as long as it works and something goes wrong and you're like, maybe this is not meant for me, the universe is not going to give you more clients. That would be so unfair to them. So when we want to really be making it big in our business, we have to be making it big. So today I really invite you to kind of have a little inner inventory with yourself and ask yourself whether you want to be making this business thing, this business journey, if you have one, as just, to make $1,000-$2,000 on the side. If this is just for fun, if this is just a hobby and you're happy with that, that is okay. And I'm sure you can make it work. And I'm sure that even, downloading the freebies can maybe help you. But what you really want is to build a business that is going to create a legacy in the world, or a business that is going to help you live the life of your dreams, the earlier you start treating it as a real thing, the earlier you're going to be successful. So really the question is not if it's going to work or if it's not. If you have a passion, if you know what you want to do, or if you even just have an idea of which direction do you want to go in your business, it's going to work. One way or another, it's going to work. At some point, it's going to work. If you keep going, if you keep doing it, if you keep showing up, if you keep selling, if you keep putting offers out there, and if you keep also kind of analyzing what worked, what didn't work, and what can you do differently next time, you're going to get there. So the question whether it's going to work or not, it's not even a question. It is going to work eventually. If you keep doing it, and if you keep learning from your mistakes, it's going to work no matter what. It's going to work. But the question is, how long do you want this to take for it to work, for it to click? How long are you willing to wait? How long are you willing to spend, the time with a trial and error? That is actually the question. And the moment that I realized that I am staying in this business because the mission is much bigger than me, and I want every woman in the world to know that she has a choice, that she can have fun in the world, that she can literally have anything she desires. She can have the lifestyle, she can have the love, she can have the family life, she can have anything, a thriving business. She can have it all. She can be fully herself, and she can be silly, and she can be serious, and she can be quirky, and she can be amazing freaking sex bomb, like all the things. She can be all the things and also have a beautiful, successful business and have a beautiful relationship and have so much fun doing it and have the most incredible clients. I knew that that mission for me is more important than anything. And I'm going to stay doing this until the day it works and more and further. And it stopped being a question, is it gonna work or is it not? It was just, it's gonna work. It's gonna work, but how long am I willing to wait for it to work? Because time, no one can give you more time. And that was the moment when I decided to jump. And it was scary. It was scary to decide this is going to work when I had almost no evidence, like barely any evidence. Like how much evidence could have I had when the money that I was making was $900 and then $400 and then $1,600 and then $2,000 and then $400. Like how much evidence? I did have evidence that something's gonna probably work in there, but I didn't have much evidence. So I had to put the bets on me. I had to put the bets on me that I trust myself, that I am worthy of all of this, of all of my desires, and I'm worth the money that I'm going to spend on myself and on my business because I want to create the future earlier rather than later. So I took the leap, I took the risk, and I started treating my business as a real business, and I started showing up for it as if it matters, as if it's already thousands of people are watching me, as if already there on every single Facebook Live there is dozens of people watching me, as if my word is the law, as if the offer that I'm putting out there are people who are going to buy this. And I got myself a mentor so I can have the consistent support. So there is someone who is holding space for me. So there is someone who can catch my blind spot. So there is someone that I can talk through it and I can feel understood and supported, and that I don't lose the faith in myself. Because when you have mishaps, when you make mistakes, when you have things go wrong, it's easy to lose faith. It's easy to stumble. It's easy to go the rabbit hole and think that maybe I'm just not meant for this. But when you have a mentor who's holding space for you, who knows that those are just little bumps on the road in the whole picture and reminds you of that, and then you remember, that's the real work. That's the real stuff. Yes, knowledge is important, and maybe, joining courses so you can improve the knowledge. Maybe if you want to learn more about Pinterest, you want to join Pinterest Perfect. If you want to learn and rework your money, maybe you want to join Manifestation Queen Academy or some other program that works with that. But knowledge gets you only this far. Knowledge is limited how far it gets you. Action is unlimited. You showing up for yourself, that's unlimited. You having the energetic and mindset support, that is freaking unlimited how far that can get you. Because once you have the basic how, literally once you have the basic how, you know what you're doing, you know what's your mission, you know what you're selling in your business, then it's all mindset and energy. It's all about calibrating to the vibes of the person that you want to be. And if you're in your office, in your home office alone, and the only person that you can calibrate to is your partner, your friend, or your family who are not in the same industry, who are not few steps ahead of you in your journey, in your business journey, it's really hard to calibrate to something, because calibration means that there's at least two people, at least two different energies that you want to rise up to that energy, to that vibe. And the thing is that as you're listening to me, you might be already thinking, man, there's another person telling me that I should have a mentor. I don't have the money on the shelf for it. Or I don't really understand, why should I have a mentor? Or you might be thinking, well, I already invested in so many courses and I'm improving my knowledge and I'm improving in the things that I am learning. That's all cool. And maybe it is not time for you to have a mentor. Maybe it's not time for you to join a mastermind. But the truth is that if you're being 100% honest with yourself, you probably know. You probably know if you desire a mentor. You probably know if you desire a higher support. You probably know if you desire to thrive. You probably know if you desire to expand. Like, you know. If you're being 100% honest with yourself, you know. And all I desire for you today is that you're honest with yourself and you admit to yourself, what do you want and how do you want to treat your business and life? Do you want it to be a hobby and you're going to be okay with that? Or do you choose today that you're going to show up as a real business owner and you're going to do everything to embody the business owner that you want to be? Because if you imagine the future version of yourself, and maybe the future version, the next step for you in your business is the person who makes $5,000. Maybe is the person who makes $8,000. Maybe is the person who makes $10,000. Maybe is the person who makes $15,000. Then ask yourself, that person, does she have a mentor? Does she have a business owner? Does she have a coach? How does she live? How does she treat her business? Because the way how you can also calibrate to your next level is that you start showing up as that next level person. Does it mean you're going to go and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff? Maybe, maybe not. The place where people get crazy and weird is when they ask me, well, so if my next version just travels the world and goes beautiful places and goes to Hawaii and goes to Miami and goes to I don't know where, to Bali, does it mean that I need to book a ticket? No. But how does she think? What is the support that she has in her life and in her business? How does she show up for her business? How does she approaches traveling? That's what you want to think about. Not what exactly she does, but who she is as she is doing it. And does she have the support she craves? And you get to choose today and be her. You get to choose today and show up as her. And you get to choose today and start making decisions as her. Where we lose the most time in our lives and in our business is when we know what we want, we know what we desire, we know what we crave, and then we don't do it because we try to spend time convincing ourselves with all of the logical reasons why we shouldn't. But the truth is that anything I did in my business wasn't always logical. Actually, barely anything was ever logical. Most of the decisions came from, I just know I desired, I just know I want it, I just know this is the direction I want to go. It makes zero sense, but I'm gonna do it regardless. And then the results that started popping out, they don't make sense. They're equally as illogical, crazy, mind-blowing. And it's so easy to see them as like, well, it works for her. It's so easy for her. It's so effortless for her. And you know what? Looking at the crazy results and also looking back at the crazy decisions that I've made, yes, it's now in hindsight, it seems simple. It seems easy. It seems like, well, of course I did this. But in the moment, I felt the pain. I felt the fear. I felt my heart going through the roof. And the reason why I have no fear that people can do the same, why I have no fear that if you desire this, you can do the same, you can jump, you can leap, you can go and follow your nudges and follow your desires, crazy things, even if they don't make any sense. The reason why I know and I have unshakable faith is because I have done it. Because I did it, because I do it over and over and over again. And if I can do it, we can do it. Because who am I to judge someone that if I can do it, that someone else can't? Who am I to take away their power of decision? I cannot. I can't. Like, so if I can, I 100% know and believe that anyone can. That you can. That we can. That we all can. So if there is a piece of you in your business that doubts whether people can actually buy your offers, whether people will invest in you, whether people will buy and pay the prices that you want them to pay, look first at yourself. Are you doing it yourself? Are you leading yourself? Because once you do it and you do it over and over again, your faith in other people will rise as well. And whether you right now feel excited, expanded, or pulled or triggered by this podcast episode, I want to tell you about Momentum. So Momentum is a mastermind that finally opened its doors for enrollment. And it's really for the woman who is ready to take the next step, to really step into her power, to really step into her momentum and start rolling in crazy things in her business. Crazy results, crazy income, all the stuff. She is ready to stop stopping herself. She is ready to embrace the momentum, to keep going, to expand, to grow, to skyrocket, to feel supported, to calibrate to her next level. And if you've never been part of a mastermind, or maybe you don't even know what mastermind is, so here is just a quick thing. Mastermind is one of the most powerful containers for in this case, women entrepreneurs, to focus on action, embodiment, energy, mindset, or we're just learning new information. So it's transformation, it's integration, it's taking the action, it's embracing the momentum. We start our March on March 3rd. And with this mastermind, with Momentum Mastermind, you get 2 private calls with me every month. So you get to hop on a call for 60 minutes and I get to help you build your business and scale your business. And then 2 times per month, you also hop on a group coaching call together with all of the mastermind ladies, and we get to do this all together. The fun thing is that every single time that I am on a mastermind call, there's always something that comes up for one person, and then it turns out it comes up for everyone, and it's a beautiful experience. And on top of those calls, you also get a group chat. So you actually get to have me 24/7 in your back pocket, and you get to have all of these badass women who are also wanting to scale their businesses in your back pocket as well. So you feel supported. You have this like mini online office with entrepreneurs, with women who understand, who get you, who are walking a very similar path as you. So you get to feel supported, held, understood, and you get to scale your business at the same time. So if this sounds like something you want to hop into, and you resonate with me as a person, as a mentor, as the way how I live my life, how I live my business, how I do my business, and you want to calibrate to those vibes, you want to calibrate to my energy, to my vibes, to my beliefs, to my money blueprint, to my abundance, to all of it, this mastermind might be the right step for you. So feel free to send me a message on Facebook or Instagram if you want to inquire, if you have any other questions, or if you just want to jump in. I'm so freaking excited because it's going to be epic. And if you loved this episode, please take a screenshot and tag me at Kate Decker Coaching, or on Facebook if we're friends at Kate Decker, and tell me that you loved the episode, that you enjoyed this. And if you've been loving this podcast, feel free to write me a review. It would mean the world to me. And I'll talk to you in the next one.